welcome to One Africa Mission with your brother Dobia Anzanse. Please, if you're new here, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We know the hustling is not easy, but take time also your busy schedules, please. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also we are on Facebook. Like our Facebook page, follow us on Facebook. One Africa Mission, number One Africa Mission. We are missionaries, and our mission, our sole mission, is to break the borders of 1884, December 1884, the Berlin Conference borders. That is our mission. Our mission is to dismantle it, is to scatter it, and to give Africa the freedom that we have been waiting for so long. So please, we need your energy. It is a new dawn for Africa. And Africa is the future. We are the only people, we the citizens of Africa are the only people who doesn't know that Africa is the future. But the future wouldn't come on a silver platter. It's not just going to come on a silver platter. It will take me and you, our effort, our energy to see this dream of our forefathers, a better Africa, a greater Africa, become a reality. So please, if you're new here, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bring your energy. Let us all bring our energies, and then work towards making this dream of our forefathers become a reality. So today, we're going to watch my brother Wode, his experience that he shared with us. We watch his videos almost every day. I watch his videos almost every day. He always talk about these things. I remember the other day he was in Congo. Him and his crew. The crew was talking about the hustle that they go through just to bring us the content that we stay at home and enjoying. How they have been treated by fellow Africans. But this time around, he was in the Ghana border, Togo. And then I want us to go and listen to him. It's a big long video, but I want us to go and listen to him and what his dream for Africa, what he's going through, which as an African, it's not supposed to be like that. So please, let us go, and then I will see what Brother Wode.
My goal on this channel is not to make any African country look bad. But the goal of this channel is to promote every single African country in a positive light to the world. The goal of this channel is to encourage more Africans to travel within their own continent, because I believe that Africa belongs to Africans, and it's time for Africans to cherish it. But sometimes the struggles of an African trying to explore their own continent breaks my heart. Things like this that happens at our borders always breaks my heart. I've been deported in an African country. I have been arrested in an African country. I don't know when at all will an African love himself, because if you treat me bad, you are treating your own self bad, because we are just one people. I wonder why we are just one people, but borders like this keeps on separating us. Can I ask you a question? You don't think we need to change this as Africans?
Change what?
I'm from Ghana, yeah? I'm going to a neighboring country, which is Togo, and I have to pass through so many documentation before I cross.
On your way back,
yeah,
stop by and have this conversation, because you will be depressed. I'm telling you.
I'll be depressed going in?
You'll be depressed going from here to cross the Ghana-Togo side and cross the Togo-Benin side, and on your way back.
When she said that, I thought she was joking. But believe me or not, it's more than a nightmare.
I mean, look at Europe. Look at Europe. Look at America.
Borderless.
Can you imagine?
51 countries.
And here,
state,
just because I speak a different foreign language,
I love the fact that the diasporans are connecting back to the motherland, and it's time for the government of Africa to create a system that really supports the diasporans coming back home. Because whenever they come back home, they want to feel at home because they've been through a lot in the diaspora. You don't expect them to be going through racism in the diaspora, and when they come back to Africa, they go through discrimination. This is what we're trying to avoid if we are telling our brothers and sisters to come back home.
We should be able to pass through Africa freely as black people, period. We don't have to stop at borders. We came all the way across the water to get here. We do not have to cross borders like this and pay every single time. That's my final word to you.
But I would like to say we all have our proper ID. We should not have to stay here at the Ghana border. And we're all Ghanaians. We should be able to pass on to the Togo border.
How long have you been here?
We've been here for
2 hours. 2 hours.
And
if we have our papers in order, we're right. We shouldn't have to stop here on this end as opposed to waiting until we get to Togo. What's the purpose of the ECOWAS card? What is the purpose?
I still can't believe that in 2023, an African needs to spend more money to explore their own continent. If I say more money, you have to spend more money on flights, more money on your accommodation, more money by bribing officials to get your way into another African country. I'm speaking straight from the heart because we've had enough. Enough is enough. I don't know if African leaders watch my video, but do me a favor. If you're watching this video, I want you to like this video, share this video, tag any African leader because enough is enough. What happened to the African passport? What happens to an African getting visa on arrival as soon as he enters into another African country? Africa belongs to Africans and no one else. Can you believe that someone from Northern America can come to Africa without a visa? Yet, an African from Africa cannot even travel from one African country without visas. Why are we our own enemies? I think we need to start having such conversations on the continent because we are tired. These borderless are not our own creation. It was not created to benefit an African. It was created by a colonizer, yet the colonizers are gone, but still Africans leading the continent are not ready to change this seamless border that we see every single day.
And as I was telling another gathering, you know, these borders, and I also mentioned to my brother, these borders that you create silos for yourselves amongst, you must always remember, are not your creation. These were creations of people outside of this continent who made these borders not to develop you, but to extract from you. Now that you want to develop yourself, we must start looking at these borders and we must start removing the barriers that we have put, that have defined us in the past, and now hinder us from being the giant that we should be.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Right. So as you can all see, I think he was crossing from Ghana to Togo, and then this is the ordeal he has been going through in the entire continent of Africa. And then sometimes you ask yourself, but why? But why should we as African people be treating each other like that? And the sad thing is that in most cases, the African wouldn't treat a foreigner or a so-called white person like that in Africa. We will normally spread the red carpet for white or European junkies to pass by. We will normally do that. But when it comes to our own, sometimes you don't know where this self-hate is coming from. It is just too much. You see, the people who created these borders among us, they come to realize that, or they give themselves free movement in Europe. It is easier for a European to go to travel within Europe or even within Africa than an African citizen. It is easier for a European citizen to travel the entire continent of Africa without hustling than a citizen of Africa. Why? Who are we to blame again for this? Yes, we were petitioned. We were being divided. But what we should know is that we all are the same people. We cannot continue to be treating each other like that and then be putting the blame on other people. Why can't we learn? Are we not educated? You see, and this is what they talk about education, Western education, because the so-called educated Africans are the people who are doing this to their own brothers. I am telling you, if Wode Maya crossed from the border and landed in Togo, the citizens of Togo will treat him like their own. If you hustle your way through the borders of any African country, if you hustle your way through this so-called educated, sorry to say, buffoons, if you hustle your way through them and then you end up in a village, yeah, the people, they don't know you, but they will receive you and welcome you as if like their own. So you see what the so-called education or education has done to us. The so-called educated people, they are doing the bidding or the job of their masters. Because if it was left for we, the citizens, the so-called the uneducated Africans, if it was left for us, they wouldn't be bothered among us because we don't even really care. What is the difference between Togo and Ghana? Because if you go to the Volta region of Ghana, there are people, families, who doesn't even respect or care about the border, the demarcation of the so-called countries, because we are family. I am your brother. Your house is in Togo. My house is in Ghana. Or my house is in Togo. Your house is in Ghana. We're not going to allow any Berlin petition of Africa to divide us. We are family. But those that they educated, those that the colonizers educated, they are the one enforcing this kind of behavior towards our people. Look at the hustling Wode Maya has to go through. And it is not, look, the people that we are inviting, the Africans in the diaspora, that we are inviting to come back home, look at the treatment we are giving to them. If they are in America, if they are in Britain, with their British passport, with their American passport, with their German passport, they don't go through hustling when they are traveling. But we will sit down and invite them to come back home because Africa is their home. And when they come home and they want to explore the continent, and this is the treatment we will subject them into. These are the treatment we will subject them into. It is not normal. If you go to any African country, that is the reason why we Africans cannot explore our own continent. We have been so disconnected from each other because of this. We have been so disconnected as African people. They are Africans born in their country, so-called country, who has never crossed border to a different country. But in Europe, at least, especially Europe, at least every citizen has the opportunity to travel around Europe, at least. But you will meet 100 people in Africa. Maybe only 2 or 3 has ever traveled outside their country. Somebody will be born in Nigeria. He has never traveled to Benin. Somebody will be born in Togo, never crossed to Ghana till he died. Somebody will be born in Mozambique, never crossed to South Africa till he died. Somebody will be born in Congo, never crossed to even Angola. Because we have followed these colonizers' borders and make things so hard for our own selves, for whatever reason, we don't know. As we keep saying here, we will continue to repeat it until Africa, or we the youth of Africa, stand up and force Africa to be united and bring an end to this. I am telling you, 200 years from now, when we are long gone, our children will still be suffering, or our great-grandchildren will still be suffering from this colonial borders. Why? Why should an African has to go through this hustling? Like, where from this, like this self-hate? To be honest, colonization was a serious package for, a serious damage for Africa. It was a serious damage for Africa because a French citizen has the right to travel all over West Africa or all over the continent of Africa without any hustle. An Australian has the right to travel the entire continent of Africa without any hustling. But let me and you who are citizens of Africa decide that I want to go to Kenya, I want to go to South Africa, I want to go to Central African Republic, I want to go to Ghana, I want to go to Cameroon. That is where you will see that the self-hate that has been planted on we, the Africans, through colonization. But it is about time we explore our continent. We watch Wode, we watch other people. When they are traveling around Africa in these beautiful resort African adventures, you don't see Africans. You don't see Africans. You see only Europeans, because they have the privilege to travel around the continent of Africa, exploiting Africa for their own good. Whilst we, the citizens of Africa, cannot even do that. I remember a brother of mine, a very good friend of mine from Congo, was telling me that in Belgium, he was in Belgium, and then they went out for club. And then he has a problem with a white Belgium citizen. So they were having argument. And the white guy was exchanging words, and then he too was they were having exchange of words, bitter exchange of words. The white guy finally told him that he's very lucky that it is in Belgium. He's very lucky. If it was to be in Congo, he, the white guy, would have slapped the African, the Congolese citizen. He would have slapped him. If it was to be in Kinshasa, he would have slapped him and then called police to come and arrest him in addition to that. I hope you understand what I mean. The white guy was having an argument with the Congolese brother in Belgium. In a club, they're having an argument. And then the white guy told him that you are very lucky that it is in Europe. It is in Belgium. You are very lucky that it is not in Africa. It is not in Congo. If it was to be in Congo, I would have slapped you and then called police to come and arrest you. So that means the white guy has been to Congo and then mistreat our people in our own land, because they have more power in Africa than in Europe, because we give them that. Why? Where from that? As we say, we keep saying it here, something has happened to us. Nothing is wrong with us. And then we, as the new generation of Africans, must work hard to bring an end to this. We thank our brother Wode for coming out with this video. All of us must start to speak. We must start to speak for the betterment of Africa, for our own good. Why should a European have the privilege? Where is our AU passport? Dr. Zuma, the former African Union chair, proposed all this. Where is the African Union passport? We want to have it. I want to have the opportunity to travel the entire continent of Africa without any disturbance. I am a citizen of Africa, not a citizen of any particular geographical location. I want to have that privilege, just as Europeans have privileges in European continent, that they wake up and they can travel all over the world. Where is our African Union passport? We want that. Wode, we thank you very much, bro. We thank you very much for this. And then please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our Facebook page, One African Mission. We are on a mission to bring an end to all this.